Hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rouse case. Welcome if you're currently here in the live chat. I appreciate it. Today we're going to be doing a Dylan Rouse discussion. We're going to be taking a look at that forum page, continuing on, see what else is being talked about, if there's anything of interest, any information that has been missed. You never know. We have come across some interesting points previous, so we'll continue on with that. You can also check out a quick Facebook post. Just give my observation on that, very brief. And we can also check the previous comments out of the last video or so. As of just recent, some people will know if they were watching last night's video. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Link will be provided down below in the pinned comments section. There was a little bit of resistance, but we can update on that, okay, when we look at the comments today. So that will clear up some issues. I think what we'll do to begin with is look at those comments. Let's move on now. All right, so here we are. So just to briefly refer back to what I said in my previous video about what Quinton said, saying they found something in the wash. I assume Candice Cooley and those, but wasn't Dylan. Might be some of his belongings. They have evidence that Brenner did all this, but they don't believe he did this on his own and busy trying to find out who the second person is. Because of the pings and supposedly them checking the routes, they believe Dylan was disposed of on Sunday, not Saturday. Okay, so, okay. I mean, things must have changed and developed because for most part of it, Candice Cooley seemed very confident that everything happened on Saturday, but looks like with time it's changed. The ideas, the concepts, the part about finding something in the wash which could be related to Dylan, some kind of belongings, a cap, maybe a bit of clothing. What I would say is, if that's found there, then where's the rest? Further down, and how high up from like the wash? Kind of like the one what we saw yesterday with the Grouse Creek one. The distance, I think we said about like maybe 20 miles, 26 miles or something. Covered a fair bit of distance, went down quite a bit. And it's like, if you're talking about a wash like that, if it's similar in length and size, where about? Because I'm just trying to think. The one where that tall, heavy guy, I think he was muscular, that was found in a wash but was washed down it, right? So maybe the same could have happened with Dylan if that was the case, but you got to think about the rain. If there was a sufficient amount of rain to be able to push, let's say, Dylan or other items downstream, right? Because if not, then you wouldn't really be going anywhere. But let's just move on quickly. Any other comments that stood out? Pack and Go. Pack and Go was saying, there were some drug addicts I grew up with that didn't show emotion or feelings. I just plain selfish and control freaks that remind me of Candice Cooley over her son's disappearance, and her personality just reminds me of them. I don't know if Candice Cooley has done hard drugs or etc., but she does show emotions, which is odd or way off to me. So that's interesting what was said then. Indiana says, Candice was or still is an alcoholic. You understand her once you know that. Wait, are you an alcoholic as well, Indiana? I'm joking. But, I mean, this is the thing. When you read the first few lines of what Pack and Go says, I mean, some people can, jump out of their seats and get very defensive. And I get that as well because, if you've got a family member and they're suffering, they might react a certain way. Not everyone reacts the same. Supposedly Candice Cooley holding it together to be able to keep on going and to try and solve the case and get justice. That all makes sense. I think she said at one point that after it's all over, she might finally be able to release herself, but, needs help and all of that, which makes sense as well. But if you just put that aside and you look at the drug aspect, not directly associated with Candice, but the side effects that can have on someone, how they change, act out, they're different all of a sudden, whether that be positive or negative, tends to be more negative, right? If we're talking about, those type of drugs. We saw a brief hint at that with the fentanyl, and then the others as well within that Elko County report. So it was I think an all-time high in 2022, psychotic behaviour, erratic, angry, physical outburst, all of that schizophrenic symptoms showing, etc. And with Pack and Go, obviously having one's own experience, they will have an idea, right? The bit where Pack and Go says reminds me is to do with like selfish and control freaks. That's probably the one part that might stand out a bit more and could be applied to Candice Cooley, how Candice wanted to be in control of things like the investigation or at least the search efforts, the directions, what to do and what not to do. You know, we have seen it in the odd brief occurrences where she liked the idea of being in control or so. Is that directly to do with drugs? I don't know, because I'm not an expert, but this is the thing. If people have got their own experiences, they will be able to see things other people don't see. That's just how it is. A bit about being an alcoholic. I'm not quite sure myself, but, you know, if there is some kind of substance usage, past, present, whatever, indirectly it might have played a part somewhere. You never know. I mean, Dylan drinks, but doesn't seem to overdrink, so you can't really say there's been a strong presence there. I mean, some people say like you could use a substance as a form of escapism, right? Escaping from something, numbing yourself temporarily. As for Dylan, when there have been questions in the past just by people made saying, oh, was Dylan ever on drugs? Was he an alcoholic? You know, etc. From the looks of it, doesn't seem likely. He might have had alcohol, but not to the extremes of other people. I mean, really, the only other factor that could play a part would be if hanging out with Kurt Wadsworth, Kurt gets drunk, which we've heard in his interviews. And Dylan's been around Kurt, you know, they could both get drunk, right? Could be a bit of a negative influence, you could say, possibly. I wonder, let's do a little poll right now. Do you think Kurt Wadsworth was a negative influence over Dylan Rounds? And that can be for any reason. It could be being introduced or encouraged to drink more. It could be something physical, however you think, or it could be something psychological. Just leave your thoughts. Yes, no, maybe. It's only because whilst the disappearance and the day, the 28th, is important, the part leading up to it can also play a part, right? I know some people will jump to it and say grooming, and other people say, no, that would never happen. It could be unintentional. I don't know. You just got to think outside of the box at times. So we'll just leave that there. Was there anything else? Resistance. What's this one? 542 Sunshine. Hi, never watched your YouTube before. I know it may sound stupid, but looking at sky during that time, there was a meteor shower and the bright starlight of Leo and those stars and planets. I don't know where was brightest, if at night would be where I would look. It was a crescent moon, so not much light there. Okay, interesting. So I know it may sound looking at sky. So Sunshine, are you referring to your own experience, what you saw? Are you in Montello, nearby, or elsewhere? Leave a comment down below. CL, who's this? I feel like they can't release what they know because others are involved in the missing and they don't want to give him... Okay. Been pointed out that they note Dylan on fire. Could he be in a barrel on the farm and burnt? James had Dylan store some black powder for him. Maybe barrel had diesel or flammable. Just like, okay. I mean, whether that's directly associated or not, we can do a video of that, Sunshine. That's under control. Okay, so just the final comment on here at least. Indiana says, a day at Basalt Spa for ladies only. Courtney was in like a shot. Nail varnish to all the choices. There was an awful lot. No lipsticks to be seen. Courtney has her own in a bag. Though Courtney, 5 o'clock shadow raised a red flag. But looking at the spas, madam, she had a full beard. Nothing was looked upon in the spa as looking weird. Rumours have it Rafi also liked to visit this boudoir. scented oils, massage bed, who could not be allured? Day spent drinking pink gin, fashion talk with Courtney, served hot Arabic coffee by a lookalike of Weedleby. Ooh. Stoney gives you cheap rates. Oh, that's what they say. Around with her pepperoni sure made Courtney's day. Interior design created by no other than Cleo the Witch. Hidden in the background sets out this Egyptian niche. I thought you were going to say Egyptian bitch. Rafi denies a visit, should his reputation be marred, yet leaves a subtle clue, a water bottle, his calling card. Well, I hope it is just a bottle of water. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. I think we should move on to the next lot of comments. Glenda says, hello there, Ref News. I hope you are reading my comments. I am keen. Oh yes, I am, Glenda. I am reading all your comments. Don't worry. Glenda says, block these sheeples, couple, whatever. No landfill, too much open country. Yeah, fair point. There's enough open space and dirt to be able to just bury someone. Yeah. Shout out to Ellen once again. Appreciate it. Good of her. What does Terry say? They dump in the building and reload it and send it out like a location to consolidate small loads into one big load, and public can dump there. Okay. That's to do with one of the photos, what we looked at. It was in Oakley, Idaho, some like collection point. Okay. Stock says the landfill resales materials. That is most likely why they have all those stones bundled up. Okay. Great job. Appreciate Glenda. And then here we go. This is the update by Ty Corbin. In case you were wondering what was going on last night, Ty Corbin says, Warlike Raf, I apologise if I offended you. That wasn't my intention. I think that here in the USA, we see sentences a little different than in the United Kingdom. The important aspect is to keep Dylan's disappearance front and centre, and you do that well. So, yeah, it's good of Ty to leave this comment. So, yeah, appreciate it. And, yeah, maybe that is the case when it comes to language between different countries, just like with the slang and the odd lines. You know, sometimes... I forgot the person's username. I know their name, but I don't know if they want their name saying. But what do you call it? The one who likes The Walking Dead. You know who you are, yes, and you like BTS as well. Now, she's come out with some American lines, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, excuse me. But then again, look at Pepperoni. I mean, Stony the bitch. No, I'm not calling her a bitch. That was her username, or at least what I last saw. Stony the bitch. Okay? Don't blame me. And she came out with some sentences as well. I don't know New York slang. No, why am I doing a right to pull out? I can't get my mouth in the right position, Stony. I'll just have to recalibrate my voice at some point. But yeah, all in all, different lines, different sentences with different countries. It probably can be a bit confusing at times, but it's been cleared up now. So move on. Mama Dan Ander says, thanks for another interesting map analysis. I'm 8 hours in your future. Yeah, I guess that's the case. And it applies to Andrew Culver as well. He's ahead in time too. I mean, kind of interesting, right? There we go. Final two important comments by Shack Lady. Okay. Kentucky Bluebirds. There you go. Okay, so let's just read what Shack Lady has had to say and then we'll move on. Okay. Shack Lady says, by the way, I noticed while researching there are mines on private property. Now, I assume the Shack Lady meant mines, like mine shaft, what you'd go into, like a cave, an opening, mine shaft. So we'll read that once again. I noticed whilst researching there are mines and maybe mine shafts on private property. Another thing, can you check the wash area on map and see what the distance is via Highway 30 and if it goes in the direction of the NW? What do you mean by NW? Northwest? Towards the border of Nevada and Utah. Just curious. Just clear that up, Shack Lady, because it's a little bit incoherent, okay? I will take a look at it and I'll try and clear it up for you in an individual video, but just need a little bit more clarity on that because it's a bit dodgy the way you've written it. Also, I don't feel they have found Dylan at all. I do feel, in my opinion, that LE may have obtained information that helps them move forwards with the case. This is why the family is keeping silent, as they honestly should. I really feel I can assure you with what I read and understood, the family would not keep this a secret to his recovery, nor would Ellie keep this a secret as well. They have to give us an update immediately upon notification of such discovery. It also has to be removed from the names, etc. Finding the body of a missing person holds a lot of clues or possible info, re what had possibly happened. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I did do a video previous, and I think that's what she's referring to, about the situation of the body. I mean, really, the only dodgy outcome would be if the LE Box Elder County Sheriff's Office came across, found Dylan before Candice Cooley or any of the volunteers did, and then maybe they might have kept things kind of quiet. That's the only way I could really think of it, if like they truly kept Dylan's remains quiet, if it was directly by the LE. And I know people can say, well, that wouldn't happen, you know, they follow procedures, whatever. But it's like, you know, just down to how they've behaved, I wouldn't be too sure. As for Candice Cooley, I believe if Candice Cooley truly found Dylan, she would definitely say something. Just for the fact, even at the wrong times when she probably shouldn't have said stuff, she did, right? She was verbal about it, she talked out, she spoke out. So I'm sure something like this, maybe the emotions get the better of her. You know, sometimes you just can't hold stuff within, right? And even in situations where you can publicly say something, sometimes you might resist against opening up. But, you know, with it, you know, dragging on so long, finding Dylan, I'm sure it would be released. Let's just move on to the other comment. I agree with you on your intro. I think I may have been misunderstood because I don't recall saying anything about Idaho landfills. Well, as I said, Czech Lady, I wasn't saying you brought that up, but Bob did on one of your previous live streams. That's roughly how I worded it in my previous video, okay? She says, I'm aware of the ones in Utah and Nevada and the transfer station directly in Montello. I know Bob tosses things in the air too. I'm aware of other locations that were on my radar in Idaho, but not a landfill. I'll have to rewatch it again, and I do that too. My God, what, you actually sit through and rewatch a 10-hour long video? Damn. But yeah, the bit about, I mean, it is wording as well. So when you go on Google Earth and you're trying to look for a disposal place, waste disposal, recycling centre, landfill, dump, tip, disposal place, there's all different keywords for those things. And when you type one in, the other places don't always show up. And that's what the annoyance is. And I noticed it when I was looking at the Wendover situation in the past and Montello. I was typing in certain words like disposal place, and it wasn't quite coming up with what I wanted. And then I just changed the one word to landfill, and then the stuff showed up what I wanted, right? Kind of like with what the Shack Lady is going on about with Montello, which I assume is the same thing. The transfer station in Montello, I'm correct in saying that's where people drop the rubbish off and then it gets collected by a truck and then that gets taken somewhere else. But I'm sure it's called something different on Google Earth and not called what's been put here. I think it was called literally like landfill or dump, you know. That's where you end up, it gets a little bit messy, but never mind. With what we're doing is keeping Dylan's name out there, keeping information out there and tossing our minds together, interviews, phone calls, etc. We may not live or been there yet, but we'll have a personal experience that won't be the same as another. Though I've noticed at times there is an effort of trying real hard to convince many on one's point of view, experience or gossip. I keep a lot to myself and don't air certain things because it's my way of doing things. Not everything should be meant for content, in my opinion. It's an open investigation and respect to a level should be guarded. Not even the locals know who's talking to who. Fact. So what I would say in terms of my style, or at least when dealing with this case, this has been public, that's been covered public, that's been shared publicly, if it's been allowed to, of course, right? But I just think that's one of the better ways to go. Obviously, when it comes to the more sensitive, private stuff, you might not be able to say public. I get that, but, try and share as much publicly so you retain credibility, right? So other people know what's what. And as well, if anything backfires, if it's in public view and it's been talked about, it's been covered, it's been documented, when something goes wrong, it's a lot easier to refer back to as a point or a piece of evidence. You're not coming out for the first time. You're not trying to defend yourself for the first time. It's already been in play throughout the timeline, whether it be in the case or just a community. If there's drama and people around that would have seen the progress, may have seen developments and changes, they pick up on it more and are likely to believe in whatever in a positive way, right? Whereas if it's all closed behind doors, everything, and then you come out and say, oh, this has happened or that's happened, this is bad, and everyone's like, has it really? We haven't really seen much, what about all the other stuff? And you're like, oh, we can't. It's like, oh, yeah, literally like that. It's like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Just get it out. Okay. But when it comes to, I guess, locals, because with time, a couple are showing up now, like in the videos. You had, like, was it Christopher Lloyd popping in at one point? You had Weezer popping in. You've had Ellen Berg, of course, Ellen Iceberg popping in. Them being in the area, them knowing Dylan in some way, or at least, witnessing, seeing him in the past at least, with maybe the odd story to tell too, and other things as well. That's useful, I would say. But at least from my own observations, because it will be different everywhere else, because there's different methods and styles, I'd say there's less chaos here than other places. But I also mean that in terms of the people that show up, if they want to share something, if they want to explain something. Whilst you've got the live streams, whilst you've got the interviews and the call-ins where there's interruption, people talking over one another, poor audio quality where it sounds like someone's having a robotic breakdown, or Google Translate has, gone on error mode. Something like that. It's like, how are you supposed to listen to that and understand it? Whereas here, seems a bit more calmer, right? There's no interruption because it's not vocal, which is a positive. Text-based. With it being text-based, and just like when people do reach out in some way to share a thought, to share some information, it's text-based, so you can read over it. You can actually physically read it and make sense of it visually, right? Sometimes people interpret it better visually. Just like when it comes to the maps, okay? People have, been positive about the maps because of the visual look of it. When narrating about it as well, it helps them. So I guess the same with when it comes to information. Whilst it's good to listen in, what people tend to do? Make notes, right? And, you've seen it yourself, you might do it as well. You make notes whilst listening into stuff. But what about being able to, come across a video where the information which is covered is provided visually? A visual picture of a comment, text in the comment section or live chat, you read it, you internalize it deeper, sharper, quicker, faster, right? Very efficient. And there's no interruption because it's just text. It won't overlap, it won't get lost. It's there. That's quite good. And as for the actual individuals themselves that may have reached out or said what they've said, I can say from my own experience, this time round, there's been less BS than in the past. That might seem hard to believe. And I'm also responding to the Shack Lady with this point, okay? So like, whilst you, Shack Lady, have obviously heard rumours and rumours upon rumours, right? And lots of gossip and maybe bullshit as well. And then there'll be genuine things as well. At least from my experience with people reaching out to me, it's actually been pretty good, right? Might not been 100% hard hitting straight to the point, revealing the deep dark truth, but what's been said, there's been a level of accuracy. And the things that have been a bit uncertain have been made very clear it's uncertain. So you don't have to, read in between the lines, you just read it as it is. Okay, that's what that is, or that, okay, kind of uncertain about, but we already know. It just seems like there's a constant flow here. And as for the locals, not knowing what's what, at least some of the people I've come across, they do seem a bit locked on, at least with the heads, right? Not as confusing. Well, what I will say is there is a possibility, and this could apply to anyone, right? I'm not saying directly, but there's a chance that just down to maybe the platform or the style of a video, the style of a channel, or the presence around it can impact how someone talks or how someone puts their information across, right? If there's a place where it's very loose, it's very fragmented, it's a free-for-all, then what's coming out of the person's mouth might not be as tight or as accurate. Whereas if they were in another place where they had time to think before speaking, right? Whereas some places you might get some kind of like lesbian hangout where it's get very drunk, talk this, talk that. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. It's very loose, it's very casual, it's fun, I guess, but it's not like as hard hitting. It's kind of loose, it's 1 minute it's like this, and it's like, whoa, look at me, yeah, get you in my face or something. But then other places, it tends to be a bit more focused on a subject, right? And other times, it's not. I think the channel or the platform can play a factor in whether it be locals or people that may have information, how they get it out. It can be impacted depending where they're at the time. Just like if you've got an interview, you've got a formal interview, an informal interview, one might have closed questions, one might have open-ended questions, you might get more rich data from the informal one because you're a bit more relaxed. You got the opportunity to share additional thoughts and to be a bit more lenient with your responses, whereas with a formal one it's more straight to the point, yes, no, and so on. You won't get really as much out of it, okay? But yeah, I think that clears up that part. Let's just quickly move on to the Facebook page to do with that post and then go on to that forum after. Okay, so here we are on the page. There's been a couple of new posts, but more just like random ones, reflection-based ones, right? I mean, just a general observation. I think for most part of it, with the time that's gone on, I think most people have come to that acceptance of Dylan's likely outcome. I mean, you put aside of like how the LE may have worded it or Candice Cooley, even if you just listened in for the first time and found out that it's been several months, Dylan's been missing, you can come to that conclusion, don't you? This person says, Cunningham Mickey, if you could sit on a bench like this one, what would you say to God and Dylan Rounds? Me personally, well, I mean, it's not exactly sensitive, but it would be, do you know who took you out? Was there anyone else involved? You could say that, so that you could find the true answer, because I know other people that might be a bit more sensitive or emotional would probably ask other questions, but you want to be straight to the point, right? You want to try and get an answer, because in some of my past videos when I said, like, oh, only such and such a people would have known this or known that, you try and hear it from their point of view, their side of the story, they're likely not to reveal it because they're directly involved, such as Brenner, and then others like Kurt Wadsworth, who may be in on it in some way or another. He's not really saying or opening up much, nor doing that lie detector test, so you can't even really hear it from his point of view. And really the only other person that would have heard or seen or obviously been confronted with a presence of someone which ended badly was Dylan. So that's what I would do and say. Anyone in the chat can leave their thoughts, what they would say to Dylan if given a situation. What would you say? Leave it down below. What's this? Okay. Just trying. There we go. Justin Rounds. Okay, 21 hours ago. So, very interesting this. This appears to be the Justin Rounds. And interestingly, we've not really heard much about him for some time, right? Been a bit quiet. Just like Candice Cooley. But Justin tends to be even more quiet. That's just how he is. I guess at times, or at least in the early days, he was less talking, more action, if that makes sense. Candice Cooley was more talking and interview-based stuff, whilst doing other things in between. Let's just read what it says. 21 hours ago, Justin says, I brought the first set of flyers we had made the first part of June. Someone else, I'm not sure who, brought these ones. Since I brought the first set, there has always been a flyer up for Dylan Rounds. Thank you, Maverick in Wendover. Also, thank you to whoever brought this flyer to them. Okay. So, I guess the way this is worded, the original flyer, which Justin put up himself in June. Okay. Is this the one to do with when Kurt Wadsworth afterwards? Like, I don't know. But yeah, Maverick, I believe, is a gas station in Wendover, because I did look at a few different gas stations in Wendover at the time when we were doing some analysis video in the beginning of the motel ones. So I do remember that. We got the image there, as you can see. Justin taking the photo, I guess. As for the poster, we have seen it before. It's to do with the hunting season 1, to alert hunters to be on the lookout for someone like Dylan, right? And if you remember, when we did go on Google Earth once in the past and we went to the Devil's Playground, when scrolling through a couple of photos, this poster did show up near Devil's Playground, just to spread awareness, which was interesting because, at least for Google Earth, there wasn't anything too directly aimed at Dylan at the time. But, someone did upload a custom photo, or a visitor noticed it and then uploaded the photo, which was good. I mean, would you say it's an outdated poster? Kind of. I mean, like the stats or the information is probably still relevant, but I'm sure there was like a later poster made, which might have been a couple of months back now, kind of updated, graphic designs changed. It was like a black background, I think. I don't know who made it, but yeah, and it did look good. But just these small little levels behind the scene of the spreading awareness of Dylan. Sure, we see it online and we see it on YouTube, and of course we've seen people boots on ground too, physically doing their thing. But when it comes to like resources, like a poster, a flyer, a leaflet, so it's physical, which you see in person, in real life, that's good as well to see. And we have briefly seen it here and there. Kind of like with, on one of the highways, there was that billboard or something which had Dylan on it. I don't know if that billboard is still up or not, but yeah, it does help spread awareness, because not everyone might be online all the time or maybe looking in the correct area. So if you see it in person, you'll be reminded of it, or at least notified about the situation. But yeah, it's good to see Justin posting again, because we haven't seen it for a while. being positive. We'll just check the comments out. There might not be too much to look at. Let's get rid of that. I live in ND. How do I obtain about 10? Thoughts and prayers. What's this one? Oh, Daniel, okay, that's okay. I am the store director for the Maverick in Wendover. I will keep flyers up for Dylan until he is brought home or you ask otherwise. Our prayers are with you and your family. So that's good when you get these direct people that run one of the stores in the area or so, make their presence known. That's good as well. Like I've noticed it within the Kennyveach M Cave case where people who may have been hikers who have been in an area have come out and said, hey, this was us. So it is helpful. I'm saying thank you, Justin himself and Danielle Cooley. Yeah, such a clever idea to put it in a page protector. Prayers, he's found soon. So it's nothing too important, this, but you know, it just to show Justin is still kind of present in a way with his post despite being quiet. Okay, so here we are now. We have transitioned onto the forum page and we just carry on reading, see what's been talked about. If there's any missed information, anything that needs correcting. I think we actually demonstrated that last time. So Regina says, I'm not sure it is a farm. My only clue about what goes on there is the building where the grain truck was parked was referred to as a shop. Okay. Dirt piles. It's to do with the grain shed area, that property, also known as the pole barn, described by Ty Corbin. Okay. Guess who says he's farming it, whether crops or livestock. That entire area is just dirt, rock and scrub, unless somebody has physically moved that to do anything with it. Dirt and rock piles would be probably anywhere there where people have done anything to the land for roads, buildings, etc. I'm sure the mum would have been blaring out that it was new if it was set to be searched. Okay. They've said they've searched the dirt pile anyway, new or not sure how thorough the search was, if it's still standing, probed it, maybe. And that was June 21st. And this is the thing, okay? I'll be fair, I'll be honest, right? So, whilst it's important to maintain balance and focus, when looking back where people have said something, such as the mother or somebody else, that this happened then, that happened that, this person was responsible. Fast forward on, right? Especially like someone like me who didn't join in the case immediately, right? So I didn't hear about the original stuff to begin with, but I was trying to catch up with the later stuff, right? And with time, and obviously with the rumours, and trying to balance it all out, maybe at times it got a little bit confusing. And then you hear someone say, it was all said at the beginning. Kind of like what Joseph has said, and it's like, okay, fair enough. I wasn't around at the beginning to hear that, first of all. But then you look back and you think, it seems as if at least some points were a little bit more simpler back then. Or it'd be the complete truth. The actual responses seemed maybe shorter, whereas with time, it's kind of strained out, I guess. I mean, could you apply that here? I mean, it could be interpreted as strained out here, but that's just more to do with analysing and breaking it all down, right? Normally when you do break it down, it does stretch out a bit. But like the example I can give here, like how it's been worded here, June 21st. And yeah, Candy said it's been searched, it's been checked in some way. And yet, fast forward to like a few months ago, where when asked the question once again, it was, well, it has been searched, but it hasn't, but it has, but it hasn't. As you can see, it's not really been disturbed, but we did look for it. And it's like, well, how can you look for it without disturbing the stuff? You know what I'm saying? It was like, why suddenly make it overcomplicated, the response? Whereas back then it wasn't so much. And once again, people could, try and slant it and say, well, Raf, when you do your videos, why overcomplicate things? I think that may be what Vaughan said at one point, over-analysing. But the thing is, if you're dealing with a messy situation, or you're trying to make sense of a lot of stuff, you gotta space it out from one another. Because if you don't, kind of drown in it. What's this one? You're saying that he was farming the property where the grain truck was found? If so, I'm not aware of that. Just was working on buying it. Yeah, I knew they'd said they did. It's just that I still wondered precisely where that dirt came from. I mean, the actual dirt itself most likely came from nearby. It was originally a burning pit and it needed to be covered over, which is how it was described in the early days. Whether it be the landscaping, whether it be flattening out the ground nearby so it's easier for access via vehicles. We have also seen like the dirt mounds, not the dirt mound, but other mounds of dirt further north, but not that far, just by the side of the grain shed on the side, where it looked like that came from the sides. I mean, I don't think it shows quite clearly on Google Earth, but you know, when you look at past footage of people visiting the area, you do notice it more. But I think that would have happened like years ago then. What's this one? Revisiting this video and looking at the property that has many, many dirt piles. Yes, that's exactly what I said just then. The truck definitely does not look like it's been power washed at all. It looks like it was rained on. Rain will not get rid of the mud in the wheel wells, and no tracks should mean it was there before the rain or very little rain. No mud on the tyres seems to say it was there before the rain. The mud in the wheel wells could be from previous rains. If somebody had power washed it and removed the mud from the tyres, they would have removed much of it from the wheel wells in the process. Okay, so referring back to that point. We don't need to check that video out because I'm sure it's an old one. That. Notice the dirt equipment and look at all the dirt work that has been done clearing. Is that the video? That's the Heavy D one. Yeah. And is that is that Pancake? I don't know, can't tell by the layout. Grandma Bear? I don't know. Just so it's clear, that property is Dylan's farm, it's where he lived. Well, he didn't live there. And from what like some people said, he would only be present there for like 3 months. Well, the 3 months he would be there, and aside from that, all the other times he wouldn't. That property is 5 miles west of Dylan's farm. It's where his grain truck was found inside that building, and behind that building is the dirt pile, yeah, which to me appears as an oddly placed lone pile of dirt. I mean, once again, it's been cleared up that existed before Dylan went missing, that dirt mound. It's always been there, some kind of mound at least. Results of the rain. I've also done some revisiting. It hadn't been clear to me which property Dylan's mother was referring to when she described deep ruts caused by the grain truck. But now that I've rewatched the Heavy D video, it's clear to me that she was referring to Dylan's farm. Oh no, this is a long one. I've learned a lot over the years, no doubt researching one never knows what in various cases, and if I don't do it, others do, and one learns from them. Forensics and pathology, of course, would be key, but so many other things like you are doing here with seed and farming. In the Kelsey Bereth case, we did some looking into a certain type of security camera system a neighbour had. In Morphew, they had looked at various things or stores or products the husband was known to be buying or where he claimed to stop at, etc. Bobcat, machinery, dynamics and attachments, bobcat, mountain lion, animals, habits and ways with prey, etc. I could go on. Yes, it is very educational to follow crime in many ways, and one just never knows what one may find themselves reading up on. Never heard of that seed, but I assume it is grain. I'm no farmer, but I was married to one years ago and grew up around nothing but farms and farming families and friends. I know the basics, but I'm certainly no expert. Mostly dairy farming, it was in this neck of the woods, but all had crops too, although most of it was for feed for the livestock. And even though dairy, they still slaughtered for their own personal beef. My mill years ago actually bawled her eyes out when a cow birthed a male, not worth anything and not a milker when grown. As flabbergasted, she seemed more upset over that than the loss of any family member. I don't think they were hurting financially, so was it such a huge deal? Whatever. Yeah, I see it a lot here too. You can miss some good places to stay, bar and grills. One would think the phone directories would still be there online, but they aren't going to come up on most popular things. TripAdvisor. Some places it works, you get enough local followers. Yeah, whatever. I've wondered, yeah, one of my first thoughts on hearing it, also wondered did they have checked the dirt pile? Seems no-brainer, yeah. I thought it sounded like almost unusual, smallest pile of dirt, yeah. If you wouldn't mind skipping through it, because some of this isn't that interesting. Yeah, the location in this area have confused me a couple of times, but if it's where I'm thinking and the pic I'm thinking, it seems all that there is a big shop shed building, yeah. Once again, different forms of language used to describe the same thing. I thought it was part of the overall area, acreage. Was it 5 miles? Yeah. Looking at the bottom picture of that dirt pile, sticks out like a sore thumb. Wide mound rather than smooth dirt. Well, it's been described as a burning pit covered over with time. I too find odd, yeah. Dylan's mum said the boots lay like how boots would if someone threw them, and how they would fall or flop. What, though, are the odds that they would both fall if thrown behind a dirt pile? Seems more likely maybe they were placed behind, but then maybe the pile just obscured the boots from a distance, is what they mean. Who knows? I know one thing, they should excavate the area, both the pile and what surrounds it, and where the boots were. For some reason, I can't help but think maybe someone made him or someone else dig a grave, hence the pile of dirt. I mean, it is a no-brainer they would, the dirt pile, etc., right? I hope. Okay. I guess we can do like a little poll right now. Do you think Dylan Rounds was forced to dig his own grave? Yes, no. Never really talked about it. Has it happened before in other cases? Absolutely. You know, I've not seen it in real life, obviously, but like in films, maybe documentaries, it's happened. And then with stories, real life stories, the same too. Why do they do it? Maybe it's like a form of psychological warfare. I mean, you've seen it with ISIS in the past, Middle East, all down there, how things can happen. I guess it's just like psychological warfare, making someone suffer, dragging the ordeal out for their own gain, in a way. What does it say? Regina. I had to look it up, you know. I've used those words interchangeably, but have since learned that the seed is what's planted and the grain is what's harvested and used for food. Okay, fair enough. I wonder what the property owner could tell us about the dirt pile and what he thinks or knows. I mean, there could be maybe backstories behind that dirt mound or the burning pit from way back in the past. Like, Candy's clearly saying, oh, they were told that they had to cover it up or something, but it's like, why? Was it emitting something? Something illegal going on? Yeah. No, you have that right. In Heavy D video, it was pointed out that from the road, the boots were on the other side. Yep. Yeah, that building's fine. Yep. I keep wondering about this too. He doesn't seem like the type, but it would be possible in my mind that Dylan got new boots, maybe because these got blood on them, possibly from something innocent, like a bloody nose, farming accident, and tossed his old ones out there. Honestly, the only reason that makes sense is my mind as to why his boots would be off his person. I just don't see him taking them off and leaving them to walk barefoot, and it wouldn't make sense for a potential perpetrator to take them. Have to take them boots. What I would say is, if it's like, oh, because it has been talked about a fair bit now, if Dylan supposedly took his boots down to the dirt mound or maybe near to the grain shed and just dumped them there, and then maybe Brenner grabbed hold of them and then took them elsewhere, maybe. But all I would say is, Dylan normally has a routine, right? He's got a certain pattern of behaviour, correct? Whether it be leaving food out on the side, keeping his door of his vehicle unlocked, keeping his gun in the vehicle, etc. Like with clothing, keeping with the same style of clothing, similar, same pair of shoes or similar pair of shoes each time. What I'd say is, look back at his past behaviour. I mean, I don't know how you would, because you'd have to know Dylan in the first place and what he's like, but all I'd say is, if Dylan was previously known for chucking worn boots out in the desert or wherever, he was known for just dumping them around because he had no use for them, then you could say the same might have happened here. But from what I've heard of, it's never happened before. He's stuck with a pair of boots, then he's got a new pair, very similar pair, right? And been very precise on what he wants. So that's what I'm just thinking of. If he's got a past history of chucking boots about, then you could say it probably happened again. And if not, then it's unnatural behaviour. And if it's unnatural behaviour, then most likely someone else did it or forced him to do it, right? That's how I'd say it. Confirmation that this is now a criminal investigation. Yeah, this is just like following the timeline of when people started hearing about things developing in the case, okay? In case you're confused, we're looking back. Yeah, we saw that interview. Grandma says, and the pond was used for water per his mother. As for generators for power, with the price of gas and how far he likely had to travel for it, that would get exorbitant if that was his only source of power. I'm sure we are not going to get this information, but what was Dylan living on? FPR money, I wonder. Did he get a paycheck, a regular one? I mean, he is an owner, not hired hand, right? Did he have money set aside from a former crop, etc., maybe? Because gas for running seed or grain trucks to town, gas even for his own pickup and for a generator for the trailer, going to eat and such, there had to be some money incoming. We know the truck was in Dad's name, as was the phone. I mean, from how it's worded, it would be to do with the, I think it's more like the cost, like the invoice, resources, to do with his farm, developing it and progressing with time slowly. Whilst they said like out of the 3 months of the year or so, he would be at his farm doing what he needs to do. Other times, custom farming and doing other bits and bobs. And whilst custom farming, Dylan's getting paid a fair bit of money, then that money supposedly being put back into his own farm in some way or another, right? So that, it kind of makes sense. So he's like working on his own thing at times, and then for the remainder, working for others and helping and assisting. And I guess maybe building some kind of network and connections too. Yeah, I probably have used both words that way too, and yet I shouldn't know better. Oh, I should. In fact, it is why I've tried to clarify that feed mills often also sell seed. Okay. Yeah, it's only the beats that bother. Yeah. A while ago, I noted that crime was very high in the Montello area. Now I wonder how many murders or missing people cases there are in general neck of the woods. I'd also like to know if anyone else is missing recently or was murdered, because if there is foul play, one would think the perpetrators wouldn't just have done something like this for the first time, or only once in their lives. Fair point. Indeed, from where I sit until I know who dumped that dirt and when, I think the most logical explanation are: 1, Dylan had other boots; 2, whoever dumped that dirt also dumped these boots. Incorrect. Now, in the above interview, the father said the boots were there by an old junk hole where they burn trash, which suggests to me that the intention was to throw them away or destroy them. Boots were by an old junk hole. Junk hole? That's the burning pit, right? Same thing. And finally, the shoes make no sense to me. If he replaces old ones with the exact same thing, he would know if these are the current ones he's wearing. Something tells me the boots are a red herring. Okay. So the main theme for the forum today was just all about the boots, right? And you might be wondering, why is it so heavy on one thing to another? Well, it's just because we're following the order of the pages, of course, and also the order of the timeline, both back then when people were reacting to the information that was coming out at the time. And we're just like looking back just to see if anything's been missed, any missed information, to also clear up any confusion too, if possible, right? So, nothing too deep today, but just a little discussion as like in the live chat itself, as you can talk about a range of stuff. Okay, so here we are. Back on the maps. What do we search? Who do we look for? Anyone. We could try anyone, right? We tend to hover around this area, right? Just because we can know it a little bit better. But what would happen if I typed in Linda? Oh, Linda. Yes. What's the best way of spelling it? Oh, Cushman. Oh, yeah. Linda Cushing. Oh, no. Come on, Linda. You should be on the map. Yeah, come on. And it's in Utah. Perfect, Linda. You never fail. You never fail to, you don't let us down. You always deliver, Linda. Everybody give a big round of applause to Linda Cushing. Cushing with the cushion blow. A soft landing to land in and visit Cushing's cabin. Yeah, shack lady. Yeah, this ain't a shack. This is a cabin. Okay, a bit warmer too. So let's see what Linda has to offer. What's this brewery? Oh, no. Handcrafted. Oh, Linda, you've been busy, haven't you? Wow. So is this beer? Cushing's cabin. Yeah, and all the snow as well. It all makes sense because Linda has been complaining about all of the snow, in recent time. It's just been getting in the way of her progress making all these drinks. Isn't that right, Linda? Wow. I mean, you almost snowed in. God, that must be rough. What else do you have? What the hell's this? I have no clue. Oh, there we go. It's it's warmed up a bit now. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Got some views as well. Is that Cushing's cabin down there, I think? Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Oh no, we got the snow again. Oh yeah, there's all the track marks. This is literally the same place what we saw last time of Linda on the snowmobile using that stock footage. Hopefully there's no copyrights there. Where Linda was doing all her tricks and maneuvers going down the snow, and we can see all the track marks from her. So once again, she's been busy. She's been out there doing whatever. Oh my God, is that Linda down there? I don't know. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We even got these as well. Make sure you don't get stuck on it. God. If Weedleby decided to sit on one of those things, the whole thing would probably implode and collapse on itself. You want to talk about a gravitational pull? My God, Weedleby sat on that. She'd be pulled right down to Earth in a matter of seconds. Faster than anyone else could. This is great. This is very interesting. Ooh, inside Cushing's cabin, looking out of the window, surrounded by darkness. Don't know what's going on around. Very mysterious. Oh no, what's happened here? We've had a wreckage. No! Is that from one of the previous victims? I don't know. Okay. Some trees. More trees. Great. Some hills. Linda going on some walks. Oh my God, Linda, they're all visiting now. What does that say? Exit only. Why the fuck do you have a sign saying exit only right at the till where you're going to order food? Linda, what are you trying to do? Confuse us all? What's this? Cushing's cabin. What are you serving? Beverages. Cold beverages. Fresh bakery. Oh my God. Can we actually see the food? Linda. Oh my God, you're all about the photography, but please show the food. Advertise correctly. Come on. I don't think we're going to get it, are we? Ruby Express. Great. Oh, there we go. Oh, what is Linda doing now with dodgy gardening? My God, what are you growing? You've been receiving tips from Glitter Galaxy? Ha, I knew it all along. Yeah, I'm just waiting for some dodgy photos to pop up, like, really dodgy photos, or, what's going on? Same photos there? Oh, is that it? Oh, no. I guess it will do. Cushing's cabin. Oh my God, what the hell's that? A restaurant? And what is it with all these bloody dodgy markers on? Oh my God. What's all these coloured lines? I'm getting confused, man. Oh, the Wizard. Bold Mountain. Huh. Bold Eagle Mountain. Ooh. Wait, Bald Eagle Mountain? What the hell? Oh my god, that's a different Bald Eagle Mountain. Wow, so you could get confused between which one's which because there's two lots of Bald Eagle Mountains. Wow, never knew about that. Well, Linda, well done. Well done. You have delivered. What about Indiana? No. Because when you type in Indiana, it comes up with the actual place, Indiana, or the name of a road. What about if we type in Soggy Doggy? Oh, Soggy Doggy. Yeah, it might get a bit wet, that. Bit of a stretch. The original Pancake House. I mean, we might as well have a brief look at it because, you know, with Pancakes making his presence last night, which was good of him with the super chat, I guess we can just look at one of them at least. Let's see what's going on here, man. Oh, there's Salt Shakers. Yeah, perfect. Original Pancake House. Okay, no pancakes there. That's very confusing. Are they pancakes? Some kind of pancake, maybe? Yeah, there we are. See, this is what I mean. You know, it's just salty pancakes may not be for everyone. Everyone has an acquired taste, just like Stony. You know, she will only put certain things into her mouth. Okay, yeah, Stony the bitch may only choose pepperoni. May have a few mushrooms on her pizza, and that's about it. You start going for Cajun chicken or pineapple and ham, and we're going to have a bit of a falling out. And we don't want that here, you know. If Stony has any problems, I'm sure she can go to Tainted Ink and do some bingo. Yeah, you want to do bingo? You want to win? You want a cash prize app? Yeah, cash me out, girl. Yeah, that's how we're going to do. Bring it on. You could get a free pizza too. Just like a pizza pancake. Yeah, let's do a crossover combo collab because that's what it's all about, Stony. Yeah. Come on. Let's move on. I can't breathe. Oh, yeah. The pizzeria, where you put the pizza in. What the fuck is a pancake place and you put pizzas in there? Oh, no. Literally, it's happening right now. There we go. What's that? The time? Not quite correct, but yeah. We've got pancake there. We've got the strawberries on it. Is it a pancake? Yeah, it looks like a pancake. And we've got the berries. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. When you think of Stony, okay, you think of all those cherries out there and all those berries and, is it plums as well? Just think, Stony, you're one of the most eatable persons out there. Just imagine the amount of people that have had Stony in their mouths over time. Let that sink in, Stony. The amount of people that may have swallowed you as well, maybe, even if it was by accident. You know, all those cherry seeds, the apple seeds, the stones within, you know, the little hard things what you're not supposed to bite on. Stony, you have been moving around quite a bit. Wow. Impressive. Wow. Let's see what Paul Allen's like. Oh, God, what's happened here? Poor pancake has gone a bit burnt. That cream is not going to fix the pancake pie. No. You know, it's just one of those things, you know. I might be a pancake, but I do not like cream in my pancake. I may like it in a pie, but that's a totally different story, man. Oh, interesting. Deep filled. Oh, yes, pancakes. Come on. You are not letting me down tonight with the pig as well. Is this some kind of little, what would you call it? It's a little, fuck me, I don't know what you call it. A visual for Kurt, like a little reference point. Yeah. Yeah, my boy. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, banana in the cream, chopped up on a pancake. Interesting. What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't know. I do not want that. Okay, that looks okay. We've got some crushed nuts. Yeah, you want some crushed nuts? Bacon and pancakes. Could say ew, but Maria would slap me and say, do you not know food? Some dry pancakes. They're not soggy, but they are a bit dry. That's very wet. A puddle collecting. Damn. What's going on behind there? Huh? Steal the money. Yeah, steal the money. Oh, shit. Shit. The cash register is already empty because Stoney has already taken the money to fuel her drug fuel habits. God. Stoney. Come on. What's this? Nita gifta idea. Give the gift of pancakes. Buy a gift card today. Oh no, we're advertising him. Yeah, come on. Jump into the chat with your free pancake gift. Your blessings left, right, and centre. Try our cherry Kajaffer crepes. Yeah, crepes. I think Indiana has done a couple of them recently. Checked in on Yelp. Let a host know. Yelp? What? Are you getting slapped or whipped or both? I don't know. This is getting a bit weird. Yeah. Ew. Ew. Yeah. Waffle. Oh, is that it? Oh, waffle. There we go. So, little shout out to him. Anybody else? What about Sketchy? Sketchy the Sketchers. Yeah. Don't even know how to spell it. There we go. Sketchy Cleric. Yeah, come on. Shout out to Sketchy in the middle of the ocean, in the same exact spot where BDSM builders were at. This place must get a lot of action. So let's see what this is all about. Oh, there's only one image. Shit. Sketchy Cleric. Do some little drawings, fancy artwork. Yeah, my boy. There we go. Oh no, let's try and find something else now. What else is there? Gorilla Jack. We've already done Gorilla Jack. Weedlebee. I mean, Weed Basin. Okay. Nothing comes up when you do that. I'm not too surprised. Mini-Me. Mini-Me. Where are you, Mini-Me? Mini-Me Auto, yeah! My mini pony parts. I said that wrong. Oh no. Mini mustachery. Oh, the barbershop. Yeah, Wes saying, where's your mustache? I'm sorry, man. I'm not got to that stage in life yet. Let's look at Mini-Me Auto. Yeah, Mini-Me. What's this all about, Mini-Me? What have you got to show? Wow. Wow. That looks like the type of car Fast Eddie could fit into. Ooh. And then we got another one there with a little painted on. And little eyes on the front. Yeah, it's like Pixar cars all over again. Yeah, you're going to be working on the set for that, Steady Eddie. Yeah, you're going to be fixing all those exhaust pipe. My God, Mini-Me. You got a lot going on in the background, right? Yeah. What about if I type in whip? Whipping. Ooh, West whipping whips. Oh, yes. Shaved ice. What? Gorilla whips. Ooh, yeah. Oh, what is this? This looks very intense. Oh, no. Oh, my God. LED whips. Oh, LED whips and rock lights. Come on. Whoa. Oh, we've got some electrical whips going to get electrocuted. Oh, yeah. You think that's what it's used for? It's for all kinds of purposes. You get a flagpole. Yeah, the pole gets rammed. Yeah, you're going to be rammed like a Dodge. Not Dodge, fucking Ram itself. What the hell's that? Oh, God. This is really intense. We got some rainbow colours. Gorilla Jack. We've got advertising. It's out of this world. We the people. Gorilla whips. We even got a gorilla on the front of the American flag. Each star, is there about 52 stars on there? Each star represents the amount of whippings the US population gets on a daily basis through the census of 2022. 52. Interesting. Yeah. Do we have anything else anymore? No, it's very bland advertising. That's kind of shame that. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's Miss Canada. Look, they've even got the Miss banner on him where they've won a competition with the crown on top. Miss Canada stepping on in once again. I hope you're here to reclaim your crown and glory. Yeah, very good. This is perfect. The whole group of people are coming in now. Exactly what we need. What about Missy, huh? I don't even know how you spell your name. Mission? Missy Lynn Music? Is that you? Oh, I don't know. Missy Doodles. Were you doodling bits and bobs? Nope, dogs instead. Oh, you got a little dicky bow. Yeah? What the hell's this? Has it been photoshopped or something? Okay. Yeah. Still the same. Uh-huh. Yeah. So that's what Missy's been doing. You know, it seems like she's been using all of those towels from those motels, right? And been using them on all the dogs, because when the dogs get wet, you need to dry them off with towels. So that's what she's been doing all that time. Oh, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? It all makes sense. What about Maria? Huh? Stoney jumping on in saying, you need to look at Maria. Oh, we got Maria Bonita Mexican Grill. So basically it's saying Maria is beautiful from the way it's worded here. Bonita, que bonita, how beautiful. Maria's Mexican Grill. Now, I would suggest going on it, but I'm sure Maria Moschano would not be too happy with that because she ain't Mexicano. She ain't at one with Juan. No, she ain't all about that thing. Are you, Maria? Maria, ¿dónde está? ¿Qué sabíamos? No, nada, no. You don't do things like that with Juan or Julio. Julio? Where are you? No existence. 9, no. Maria, too busy in Argentina. Okay. So I don't think that's going to work, which is a very shame. Maria Mantuanuatu. Oh, Maria, you're a nurse. Oh, no. Oh, my God. What about Mama Maria? No. Wait. What about Mama Down Under? Yeah. But then I'm sure there was a place, Mom and Cake. What the hell? Mamma Mia. Hold on a minute. I think we need to type it in correctly. USA. Yeah. Mama Boy is glowing. Mama. Hey, we got a combination of Mama Down Under and Maria Restaurant. Detroit. Yo, in Detroit. Stoney. Get down here right now. It's where all the rough people hang out. It's time to open up. Oh my God, is that Ty Corbin's dog? Yo, Ty Corbin's dog? Yo, dog? Yo, fool? What you doing in here in the neighborhood of Detroit? Yeah, come on in. Come into Maria's Pad. Yeah. Welcome to MTV Pad Tour with Maria Moschano. Please guide us through your endless house. We want to see what's inside, Maria. Oh yeah, we got the map on the window. She knows where she's at. She's putting the place on the map. She's getting all the networks and connections in. What does that say? Mama Maria's. Yes, Mama Maria. Mummy Maria, where are you? I say that in the chat. Maria can now be called Mama Maria. Okay? You can say that as well, Stoney, if you want. Oh, Maria. Baking all these buns. Very nice. Oh, the meatballs as well. Who was it saying that they needed some balls or something? Was it you, Stoney? Or was it Maria? I don't know. But, we've got some meatballs there with the noodles. Wes, come on, get that tongue action going. Wes, you know how to control noodles. Use your tongue. Perfect. Oh, look at this. Sunday cooking every day. Oh, Maria, you didn't have to. Oh, look at that. Maria, her favourite colour, red, like a profile picture ambience. Who are those people? Oh, I don't even know. My God, Maria, you got such a long, rich heritage. Amazing. Yeah, wow. Ooh, oh, Maria, you're only giving out 3 balls. You could give a few more. Oh my... Oh, Maria. Oh, Maria, you're so naughty. I didn't think you were going to be serving punchy out to everyone. You know, that could be a health hazard, Maria. My God. Okay, Stoney. Stoney is already ordering at least 5 more punches already. Whoa, easy there. Easy there. Calm it down. But, you know, what about the other people who are not going to be aware of it? You know, how are they going to think? How are they going to react? As we know, one thing Maria does which no one else can compete with is fresh vegetables and salad. Amazing. Amazing, Maria. And these little mini balls of goodness, I guess. What do we have here? Oh my God, this menu is basic. As basic as a basic bitch. What is Maria serving? Mr. Sausage. Eh? What? What? 3 meat combo. 2 meatballs, 2 sausages, and 2 ribs. Maria. Oh. On the bin. Wait, you're serving meatballs on the bin? What the hell? Jumbo subs, Italian sausage. Pulled pork, breaded chicken, breaded pork. Craig Hill. Who's Craig Hill? Oh, it says original. Oh, God, my eyes. Oh, Stoney, you gotta help me, man. I cannot see. Oh, no. Original meatballs. Oh, do you know what? It would have been great if Pancakes was here now to do his dodgy Italian accent. You know, it was great when he did it. Mamma Maria's amagolagolio sauce. Ooh, Maria, what is the secret recipe? Oh, you're not going to tell us? Okay. Well, I'm sure I can guess where it came from. Yeah. I'm sure Stoney already has that secret recipe because she's been in direct, you know, proximity of it. Jumbo ravioli, fantastic. You know, someone like a Weedleby, jumbo ravioli is just what hits the spot. But you know, you must understand that if you eat too much Weedleby, it will end up like a mess, just like a car. You know, it's gonna be all shit everywhere. It's not good. What else do we have anyway? Okay, some more dishes. Yeah, I mean, you know what? You know, as we say, it's all about giving back to the community, you know, showing how appreciative and grateful one is. Well, you know what? In the time of need of the Shack Lady, considering the Shack Lady had to witness seeing my own blood, and she was like, ew, that's gross. To be honest, I could say the same thing about some of your video footage, Shack Lady. Fucking vertical video. My God. Lack of stability when recording. Not even in 4K. Not even in 60 frames. Ew, Shack Lady, you need to up your video game. Yeah. What's this? Half slab ribs. Fettuccine Alfredo. Oh my God, Maria. You're serving Alfred on the plate. What about poor Batman? We got the gnocchi. We got the... Do you know what? Stoney is like at home now. You know, her Italian stallion is kicking in within. You know, her fire is burning within. All her passion is going to be exhumed shortly when she starts reading it all out. Yeah, go on. Oh, what's this? With Mr. G sauce? Who's Mr. G, Maria? You secretly hiding someone in your closet or basement? Oh, no. Mr. G's meat sauce or Mama Maria's marinara? No. Tiramisu. Yes, how do you do, Sue? Limonquella. Toasted almond ice cream, chocolate temptation cake. Oh no, that sounds very dodgy, that. Gluten-free, flourless chocolate cake. Get that out of this place. Put it in the bin, Maria. We're not doing that. Cream puffs. Or chocolate eclair. Creamy eclair. Oh no. Wait, who was it now? Was it Wes saying, oh, you need to go to Amsterdam to the red light district? Looks like we're already here. Maria's on the front page. What is with the red coloured tint and tone? Come on. Oh no, the window's open as well. The Night Stalker's going to come in any time. That's not good. Let me get Maria's showing off her heritage once again. Yeah, oh my God. And you know what? That is just one order for Weedleby. Whew. Okay, yeah. I mean, for the most part, the food looks all right. Oh, little dodgy Santa there. 2 of them. Oh, yeah. What is that? Oh, my God. Bit brown. Brr. What is that? Okay, is it like a bit of garlic bread or pizza bread or something? Oh, I don't know. It's a bit creamy. Oh, I don't know. I've not seen that before. Ooh. What the hell's that? Is that a golden... Oh, my God, using golden spoons. Wow. Must cost a bit. And there we go. Case closed. You know, we're doing really well tonight, I would say. I think we just finish it off with Joseph. I don't know how you spell his name because there are different spellings, aren't there? Joseph Lloyd. Uh-oh, what just showed up then? Joseph Lloyd. Did I spell that right? There we go. Joseph A. Lloyd, attorney. Huh. Exactly. Yeah, there's a museum. Joseph Lloyd's Museum. Oh. Okay, let's check out the attorney because we might have some serious issues. Oh, fuck. There's no images. That's just typical that. Okay, then we'll make up for it. What about Michelle? Huh? You spell her name? Michelle. Well, she was Michelle C, wasn't it? No, not going to come up, is that? Final offer. Final offer I can give you. Dodgy. Dodgy Dixie. Oh, no. Bad Dad Custom Motorcycles. Oh, no. Yeah, Daddy's been a bit naughty. What a bad daddy you are. Let's see what Bad Dad is all about. Yeah, there we go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Don Hately hiding round the corner. We thought he was in Oakley, Idaho, or maybe Wyoming. But I'm sure he's probably here feeling the grips of those motorbikes, revving them up. Yeah, you won't be able to hide much in there, though. No, not at all. Look at these photos, man. Oh, my God, I bet Wes, real man, ready to ride and grind that bike. Rev the rears up. Yeah, Wes. You see these engines? Raw power. Yeah, they're built for you, man. And a workshop as well. You want to create your own custom thing? You get to work. The hell's that? Bad Dad. I've got some dodgy t-shirts as well. That looks interesting, the way that is. The Shaq lady will probably show up shortly and say, yeah, I've got a motorcycle myself. I've got everything. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not quite relevant, is it, when you think about it? I typed in dodgy, and it came up with that. USA dodgy. Dodge. What the hell is that? Utah. Are you going to let me down? Dodgy Utah? Utah Credit Approval Auto Sales. So I guess they don't like the word dodgy. Okay, so we'll end it there because of timing and stuff. It's gone on a bit. Not the video itself, but like the making preparation of it. Got a bit distracted here and there, so apologies about that. But yeah, if you are just joining right now, kind of like what Michelle C did last night, late to the party, feel free. Make sure to rewind to the start as we talk about the Dylan Rounds case and like discussions around it mainly, okay? And also feel free to check out my previous video as well, which is looking at key locations, high probability of where Dylan could be at, okay? Make sure not to miss that. And we will see what happens next, of course. Depending what type of video appears next, it could be another long one or longish one, which I think is doable. But then there might be a couple of short, much shorter ones, just simply because they're more straight to the point. You get what I'm saying? Like, with like the Kenny Veach videos, it was looking at a particular cave, a singular area, a mine shaft. So it was more straight to the point and direct. Whereas with this case, this Dylan Rounds one, not really zoned in as much, if that makes sense, because of the vastness, the areas, all that's in play and in question, right? but I think with some upcoming videos, we're going to be zoning in on some key places, okay, which could also result in shorter videos. But I just wanted to let you know, I'll still do it as a live video premiere because I do remember the poll I did in the past, majority still preferred it as a premiere, right? If you weren't already aware, I actually did a short YouTube video, a proper short video, and I did it in a live premiere. Probably the shortest live premiere out there. It was like 20 seconds or something, so everyone was getting all ready to watch it, and then it just ended like that. But I did follow it up with a much longer video later on in the night, so it was all fine. We'll leave it there though. If you do have any other thoughts or questions or anything, feel free to leave it down below in the pinned comments section. What was that flying by me just then? I saw something just there hovering about like a feather or something. Did you see it? It was like that, and it went off to the side. What is going on? I don't know. More paranormal stuff. Make sure to clip it as well. I think you can on YouTube. You could document it yourself if anything else happens in between. But yeah, that's it for now, I guess. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.